What's going on, guys? I'm back with another video, and today I will be listing some possible teams that Giannis Antetokounmpo can go in the 2021 free agency. Recently in the playoffs, the Bucks were eliminated in a 5-game series against the Miami Heat. The Bucks lost the series 4-1 in a series where Giannis was injured for almost half of the series, but even when Giannis did play in this series, they lost both games. In the past 2 seasons, the Bucks were one of the top favorites in the league to win the NBA title, and failed both times, not exceeding expectations. With Giannis being an MVP in both the 2019-20 and 2018-19 season, without winning a championship or getting past the second round in both years, some may wonder, is Giannis going to head to a different team in the 2021 free agency period? So in today's video, I will be listing a few possible teams that Giannis could be heading to in next year's free agency period. The first team that I think Giannis can go to in the 2021 free agency period is back to the Milwaukee Bucks. He can easily re-sign. They haven't done well as a team in the past couple years. Obviously, recently they just got eliminated in the second round to the Miami Heat in 5 games. 2019, and that year in the playoffs, they were eliminated by the Toronto Raptors in the Eastern Conference Finals. Then a year before, eliminated by the Boston Celtics in the first round. So far, not according to plan. Mainly the last 2 years when they were the favorites to win haven't exceeded those expectations. So we will see if he chooses to re-sign with the Bucks. It all really depends, though, on how the Bucks do as a team in the 2020-2021 season. But again, if the Bucks don't do great next season, that can lead him to make a decision to sign with another team. The next team that I have Giannis possibly signing with is the Golden State Warriors. Has stated in the past that he is a big fan of playing with Steph Curry, so I think this is a very probable thing that can happen as long as the Warriors have enough money to sign him. He said he's loved playing with Curry in the past, picked him a couple times in the All-Star draft. He loves playing with him. They just seem like a good duo to play together, and it would be probably unstoppable team, possibly better than when Curry played with Durant and Thompson. So we will see what happens. I just think this is one of the more probable decisions that can be an outcome if Giannis decides not to re-sign with Milwaukee. Next up, I have the Atlanta Hawks as an option for Giannis to sign with next season. I think this is one of the best options for Giannis if he does decide to do this, because Trae Young seems like a great duo to play alongside with Giannis, and with a young team that the Hawks already have, Giannis could make a huge contribution. He could be able to score the ball and be an offensive threat like he has been throughout his career so far. And I think that with a great playmaker like Trae Young, Giannis would fit in just very easily. And they have Clint Capella. So even if they have to do like a sign and trade, or I'd assume the Hawks probably have enough money, don't have a lot of huge contracts, but Trae Young will probably be offered a huge contract. I think that would be the most logical decision for the Hawks to make, is give him a max when the time comes. So I think this would be a great fit for Giannis and can put the Hawks right from a rebuilding team to a contending team just with his presence on the court and on the Hawks. Next up on my list, I have the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think this would be another great decision. That's why I picked them as a good option, as a team that Giannis can go to. They currently have Chris Paul as one of their best players. Great team leader, although I don't think he will be with the Thunder too much longer. There's a chance that he can be gone in the next couple of seasons, even as soon as this season. Oklahoma City has had a ton of great players in the past. They had James Harden in his beginning years. They had Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul, a list of all-stars, even You could say Domantas Sabonis and Victor Oladipo, even some of these players that weren't in their prime when they were with the Thunder, but still overall great players now that played for the Thunder. So I think Giannis can just be another name on that great list. To go back to that, there's also Carmelo Anthony and Paul George. So I think the Thunder would be a great option because even they could do a sign and trade for Giannis. They have so many future first-round picks right now. Have an upcoming potential all-star in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who I think they are going to have the franchise centered around him. He seems like a player that could stay the longest. Steven Adams, a great player that can just dominate in the paint, can grab offensive boards. Same on D as a great player. So I think this would be a great fit for Giannis. Play with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and I think he can even make Shai a better player if he were on this team. So this is another great option of a team that I think Giannis can play for in the future. Lastly, as a team that I think Giannis has a chance of signing with is the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies right now are a very young team consisting of future stars in John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. and a possible sixth man of the year in the future in Brandon Clark. So another very young team that can use a veteran like Giannis when he becomes a free agent. I think they have possibly enough money to sign him if they can free up some space in the next year. I think he would be another great fit. Just to note, none of these teams are in any particular order of who I think would be a better team for him to sign with than who would not be. He could just as easily sign with the Memphis Grizzlies and the Warriors. So none of these are in any particular order. These are just 5 teams that I think are options in no order, as I said. So, yeah, I think Giannis could be a great fit with the Grizzlies. Although the Grizzlies are not really known for being a great free agent signing team to get huge names, have not really had them in the past. They have had some good players, don't get me wrong about that, but I'm just trying to say that a big player isn't usually looking to sign with Memphis. But I do think he would be a great fit on this roster with a young upcoming team. They were the 8th seed this year, so I think Giannis could easily push them up to a top 3 team in the West. Even though they would have Giannis, I don't think they would probably be the best team in the West just because the West is so stacked. If like the Lakers still had LeBron and AD, I think they would be better than the Grizzlies. But a great fit to play alongside John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. Could really help develop those players and develop a young team into being great players. And just overall, I think he can make a huge impact on the Grizzlies. That will do it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. It is greatly appreciated. Please subscribe and turn on notifications to know right away when my weekly basketball video content is uploaded. I don't normally post basketball. Mostly it is basketball, but I do some football and some other topics and just a lot of different things on this channel. And lastly, please leave a comment down below of who you think Giannis will sign with in the 2021 free agency period. Do you think he's going to stay with the Bucks and try and win a championship there? Or do you think he's going to move on and sign with another team, either of a team that I included in this video or a team that I didn't include? I would like to know your opinion on this. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.